Happy Thursday, everybody. Today I decided to explore a little bit into Temur Control, or the Temur Landfall combo deck. And this one is centered around the World Soul's Rage and these interaction with the sack lands that when they come into play, you sacrifice and find a land, and then bringing those lands back with Aftermath Analyst. And if you have the Nissa Resurgent Animist in play, and then every time the sack lands trigger a landfall twice, so if you have Nissa in play, then you can have mana being produced by those lands. And then you can also use Spelunking that makes it so that those lands that the sack land goes and fetches come into play untapped. So you can get a lot of mana if you can assemble the Aftermath Analyst and Nissa Resurgent Animist combo. And the whole point being trying to hit World Soul's Rage for lethal in one turn. We're not, reinventing the wheel here. This deck's been around for a little bit. It's just been a little bit since I've played it. So Virtue of Strength allows you to get those sack lands back. You can use it for the adventure side and return one of those lands so that you can continue to get more into your into play. And then for 7, everything taps for 3 mana, and they do stack. So if you have 2 Virtues of Strength in play, then each time you tap a basic land, it produces 9 mana. And so if you have 3, it does 27. And you can get to obscene stuff. Like I've hit somebody for 2,000 damage in some of the matches. Memory Deluge then is used to help dig for the World Soul's Rage. I'm going to run 3 copies. Sometimes some lists will be running 4 of these. I find that usually you can dig to World Soul's Rage and you don't need to have 4 copies. Personal preference, really. Ill-Timed Explosion is the Wrath of Choice. I decided to drop out the Vampire's Vengeance or Brotherhood's End, which kind of helps against the Boros Convoke matchup, because I wanted to stat this as aggressively as I could against Mono Red Prowess, which has been quite common in the best of 1 ladder. And our best card against the Mono Red Prowess is Fires of Victory, because you can instant speed removal on the Slickshot Show Off, especially after they hit it with something like Monstrous Rage, is kind of how we shut down that deck. And then I'm exploring playing with the 1 copy of Galvanic Iteration. If you go and watch my best of 3 sideboard guide, I talk about how I really like the Galvanic Iteration, at least in theory, against Mono Red. It does help you kind of speed up how much land that you need to have to be able to do one-hit them with the World Soul's Rage. And then I am going to be including the 1 copy of Shigeki, just to kind of get the loop started earlier than the Aftermath Analyst can be helpful. So as far as the lands go, I decided to run 30. Some lists are running 29, and I decided to run the Echoing Deeps instead of 2 Riveteer's Overlook, and that's largely because the Echoing Deeps is a cave, so it can give you the 4 life from Spelunking every once in a while. And again, I'm trying to maximize the win against Mono Red aggro, because I feel like the deck does relatively well against the other matchups. And then I decided to include some alternatives that are usually included in the Temur Control list occasionally. So if you go back to the original version of Temur Control, it was running Philology Archaeologist, and it is actually pretty good against Mono Red aggro, not so much against Mono Red Prowess, which is, again, doing so much damage through the Slick Shot, and this not having flying, not able to block it. Vampire's Vengeance, I decided to cut. This might be a little bit of a punishment if I do come up against a lot of Boros Convoke. Still something I'm going to explore cutting from the list. Kellen Inquisitive Prodigy is one that is included in some lists. It, again, helps really against the Mono Red aggro, less so the Mono Red Prowess. Could explore bringing in Kellen Inquisitive Prodigies, usually 1 or 2 copies. The Colossal Sky Turtle is one that I know helps against the Boros Convoke matchup. Being able to bounce their attacker comes in handy. And then Colossal Sky Turtle also gives you the infinite loop with Shigeki to be able all at channel speed, so it's harder for the control matchup to interact with. That can kind of extend your late game value as well. And then we also have the 1 copy of Doppelgang is sometimes included in the lists to give you an alternative win condition. If your opponent is playing some sort of Pithing Needle effect or a bunch of negates, it can be hard to land the World Soul's Rage for lethal, and that's where the Doppelgang comes in as an alternative win condition. So I'm going to showcase a couple of my favorite matches. Not going to be doing a full 50-match summary or anything like that, but hopefully can give you an idea if you are new or returning to Magic, just to see kind of how the deck is. And I'll do my best to pilot it. It can be a difficult deck to pilot 100% correctly. So please enjoy. All right, we're going first. We are missing blue. So the Memory Deluge is looking kind of unimpressive. We also can't kick the Fires of Victory. I don't think I often kick this, but what we can do is Nissa Resurgent Animist into World Soul's Rage. That can help us kind of start the loop. Seems okay. Lead out with the sack land here, just go get green. And we're up against Mono Red Prowess. The plotted Demonic Ruckus, so Fires of Victory is probably our best card against this strategy, especially if they plot a Slickshot Show Off this turn. Okay, Monastery Swiftspear. Don't think I'm gonna attack that one with the Fires of Victory. I'm gonna save the Fires of Victory for multiple cards. Now the question is whether or not turn 3 is the magical turn where they explode and kill us. So I could play out Nissa here and put the shields down for a turn. Depends on if I'm going to World Soul's Rage next turn and try to keep up 2 mana. This is a problem for this deck. How do I get the Fires of Victory to work here? I'm going to try the Nissa here and put the shields down for a turn, see if I get ultra punished. Broker's Hideout can hit blue. Okay, so I kind of figured they would use the Demonic Ruckus there. Oh, they're going full out, huh? Okay, I was anticipating them to save this turn for having a Slickshot Show Off. Goes to 8, okay. 5. Well, this is going to work out nicely then. We can kick this and hit the Swiftspear for 5. I think that's the best. Does it matter how I tap this? I don't think it will. Now, if they have one more spell, we're kind of hosed. Okay. Perfect. And then they are going to get some card draw here. So they could draw into the answer. And I don't think hitting for 3 damage is going to matter. I think it's better to stay back. Because we're going to win through World Soul's Rage or it's over anyway. So we were lucky they didn't have the Play with Fire in hand. Okay, Codebreaker does have haste. I really don't want to trade my Nissa for the Fugitive Codebreaker. Shoot. Because then I can't Aftermath Analyst in one turn. So we got 3. That's rough. I think I might World Soul's Rage this for 2. And get the Broker's Hideout and down so that we can get some life back. I could play the Aftermath Analyst out, but then I'm just chilling. And this might be because I'm used to playing this deck with more World Souls Rage, so maybe it's right to do the Aftermath Analyst and hold on to the World Souls Rage for, like, the very last possibility here. But this sets me up for Aftermath Analyst. God, they hit a Swift Spear! Okay, that doesn't kill me. Go back to 3. It's fine. Now they're on a top deck, which is good. So now I can do Courtyard. I don't think it matters which one I do. Guess I'll get one more green instead of another red. So the longer we can wait to pop this, the more... there's 2, okay. So we can block with it and then sack, unless they hit a monstrous rage. Seems okay. So this just happens and they bounce off of each other, then that's fine. Okay, so I think I want to keep my 1 blocker and Memory Deluge here for something. Let's see. I think this is fine. I can always do it in response if they do hit. We've already got enough sack lands. I think I go for that. Okay. Fires of Victory is good. That means I can get rid of Swift Spear. The issue is if I do it for 5, I then can't hold up the Aftermath Analyst. So I think I'm going to do this without kicking it. Play out another sack land. Do the Memory Deluge again. I guess I could hold that for them playing something. Okay, so I think we're sitting okay. So the tricky now is if I Memory Deluge and they have something, they just shoot me and I'm dead, right? So I don't think I can Memory Deluge here for 4. Maybe it's time to pop the Aftermath Analyst. Thin the deck. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, I gain 5 here. Okay, let's get red first. And get the green last. And they had enough. Okay. Whew. We beat mono red aggro. Or mono red prowess. Alrighty. So we've got forest and an island, forest and an island, so we have no red with this hand. So we'd have to hit red off of Shigeki. Could be, yeah, let's try it. I haven't had a Shigeki turn 2 in a little while. So we'll do the tap land now. Play out Shigeki on 2. Against Boros Convoke, okay. Good news is there shouldn't be too much that Boros Convoke is running that would remove Shigeki, so they have the Case of the Gateway Express. which they need 3 creatures to be able to do. And they also didn't lead out with the Voldaren Epicure, Gleeful Demolition, tap twice with Warden of Inner Sky, which can be difficult for Ill-Timed Explosion to keep up with. So this is going to be very dependent on hitting red to be okay here. We can Ill-Timed Explosion on 4, we'll be okay. So, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped, put the rest into your graveyard. Technically, we can block with it, and it doesn't change anything if I do it now, since I can't replay it. So I guess I do another Broker's Hideout here. And then Luck Be a Lady. Get the second blue. Right now we can hit everything with Memory Deluge for 4. So assuming they can only pump the Warden once, we could be okay. Alright. So they can pump Warden 1 time. Come on, red off the top. Come on, come on. No! I guess I'll do the Echoing Deeps because it thins my deck more. But that hurts to not have red here. We need... I mean, we can still top deck it. Alright. That's not good. Summoning Sickness, we wouldn't be able to do the Shigeki bounce. Am I dead next turn? Maybe not. I think I'm gonna favor the Memory Deluge for red. So that I can Ill-Timed Explosion next turn. I don't think there's any reason to do it now. I guess I could do the Adventure side to get back Nissa. If we do hit a Virtue of Strength. I can't play out Shigeki and then be able to do the Memory Deluge, so... This is a risk I kept. Keeping this hand was probably wrong. Well, I think I'm just dead. So we're not dead, okay. Problem is the bat's gonna ping us. I need 2 sources of red. This Cabaret Courtyard gives it to me the following turn. Over the fires, which I already have in hand. Drawing all over red now. A little bit late. Also, what am I discarding? Oh, shoot. No, now I can't. I don't have the... Now I can't hit everything. Okay, so we're just dead. And I don't have the double red to be able to do Galvanic Iteration on World Soul's Rage twice. Which might give me enough life back, but probably not. Guess we could draw into something that we could hit with this. Okay. That's good. Is Shigeki enough to live? Don't think so. So it pings us for 1. They have a 2/2. So right now we go to... Right now we're going to go to 3. So all they have to do is play 3 creatures. which is not hard for Boros Convoke to do. Or they could just play Imidane's Recruiter, forcing the chump. It's not great. But it's not dead. Play a single creature, I'm dead. Can I Galvanic Iteration into World Soul's Rage? Alright, so I start here. Or Fires of Victory. Galvanic Iteration into Fires of Victory. Do I need... They both... This gives me one land. One when it comes in. One when it fetches the other one. So they both tap for 2, right? I think I need red. Red. And then blue. Okay. So I've got a total of 5 mana. So I guess I'm going to try to trade my Nissa into the Imidane's Recruiter, kill the bat with an X equals 3. Because I don't have enough to do the Galvanic Iteration yet with the World Soul's Rage. It does gain me 3 life. I might have copied the wrong one. Green. Green. Don't think it's going to trigger enough for me to actually get the Aftermath Analyst. Okay, actually, I have 5? Oh, sweet. Oh my god, I have so much mana. So, do it again? Or do I not have enough to do this? This is where you should count it out. Oh gosh. Okay. So we're gonna want red. And blue. And red. And blue, red. Okay, Jeez, I hit so much mana. So I could have done the Galvanic Iteration. Maybe. Ugh, it's so much to figure out. Alright, stabilized maybe against Boros Convoke. Another War Leader's Call, okay. Okay. So, do I have enough to pop off with the Galvanic Iteration? I've got 15 lands. I don't think I can. Let's do the Cabaret Courtyard and hit Memory Deluge. Yeah, It's not getting any more there. Don't think Aftermath Analyst is going to get me more mana than it is to spend it. Yeah, because I'm out of all of my basics. So I think at this point it's just Memory Deluge and try to dig for my way to kill them. Okay. I feel like World Soul's Rage and removal feels good. Because how much mana do we need? So I need Galvanic Iteration for 2, and then World Soul's Rage for 10. So I need a total of 14 mana, which we have. So we just need to survive a turn. So I guess I'll do the Aftermath Analyst in case it matters. I guess it does gain us some more life. And then we do the Galvanic Iteration into World Soul's Rage, and Boros Convoke is toast. Thanks for watching to the end of my video. For these ones where I don't do the full match summary, I'm just kind of doing a mini showcasing of the deck. So, hope you enjoyed it, and if you are interested in, I think, a deck that's really good at climbing the best of one ladder right now, I highly recommend checking out my video on Mono Red Prowess that I did yesterday. So you can check that one out over here, and have a wonderful time climbing the best of one ladder. Good luck with your matches, and maybe I'll see you there. Take care, everybody.